Welcome to the RPG Rundown. I'm Seth, aka White Fox, and today we are exploring Drakonym, the Dragonbonding RPG from Crossed Paths RPG, where your character isn't just a hero, they are half of a legendary bond. In this video, we're diving into the character creation demo, which you can download now on the Backer Kit, live as of August 5th. This solo narrative adventure walks you through the steps to forge your legend, from choosing your origin to defining your bond with a dragon companion. Let's get started. So as I said, you can download this narrative adventure from the Backer Kit. It is called The Journey. And if you haven't checked out the Backer Kit, please be sure to follow the link in the description to do so. It is a fantastic RPG that I am super excited for. I grew up with stories of wanting to ride dragons, bond with dragons, from books like Jeremy Thatcher Dragon Hatcher. That's an old pull if you don't know. To books and movies like How to Train Your Dragon, the Temeraire series from Naomi Novik, and so many more. It's a fantastic dream and journey that we're going to go on right now. So, this solo guide starts off with a little bit of narrative. So I'm just going to dive right in and read through what we're supposed to do and the story that we're following. In the first scene, the clang of bells, cold stone under your back, the scent of soot and dried pine. You wake to voices beyond the wall. They sound urgent. A candle burns low beside you. Someone tended to you while you slept. But whose bed is this? You sit up. Across the room, a cracked mirror leans against the stone. You don't recognize the room. You don't recognize yourself. Walk to the mirror and look closely. All right, this is a very cool introduction to character creation. It is very reminiscent of a video game character creation session. So let's keep going. Who are you? Are you an Arbor? This is kind of the natural dryad type character or race. They have antlers. They have the kind of dryad hooves. Very cool. There's the Drakari, which is a dragonborn or a dragon character. There's an elf. Kind of self-explanatory. And there are the Gnawborn, which if you are familiar with Crossed Paths, you will know as their kind of primary custom race or background, so ancestry. But for today, we're going to choose Drakari. So on my character sheet over here, for kin, that's what they use for ancestry or race. We're going to put Drakari. Drakari Their description is scales glint beneath your collar. Your eyes gleam like embered gold. The breath in your chest is deep, like a furnace waiting to roar. They're medium size, between 6 and 7 feet. They also have a fly speed of 6 squares, as well as a walking speed of 6 squares. They have special talents. Draconic flight. You may fly, and you do not suffer fall damage. They also have a legendary ancestry. Once per scene, add a +1 d6 to soul, gods, or mind checks. Those are some of the ability scores that we'll get to in a minute. Dragon's resilience. Once per combat, reduce physical damage by a value equal to your level. So, fantastic character traits for this kin. All right, so we're going to write our name on here as well. And I'm going to go with Saphros. Because I kind of like the blue dragon look, so Saphros is going to be a average height sapphire scaled Drakari. All right, let's move on, shall we? We are going to put our speed, however, in here. So looking at it, we've got move and fly speed here on the character sheet. We're going to put 6 for walking and flying. We're going to go ahead and put the talents down here as well. So we have Draconic Flight. We have Legendary Ancestry. Which, once per scene, is a 1d6. And that is to soul, gods, or mind check. All right, and then last one, again, is the Dragon's Resilience. Which is once per combat, reduce physical damage by half. All right. So, we move on to scene 2. You step into the stone cold morning. Villagers hustle past eyes sharp beneath layered cloaks. No one stops you, no one needs to. A soldier at the gate nods. Shrine's open. Storm's coming. Might be you want to ask for guidance. You descend the outer path towards an old way station carved into the rock. 4 statues stand within, untouched by soot or moss. So, this is where we're going to choose our attributes. The statue of C4, god of the sun, victory, and justice. His staff is shattered, his face is unbowed. You feel warmth in your chest, the strength to face any trial. So for this one, your attributes would become body of 3, gods 1, mind 1, shadow 1, soul 1, and world of 2. The statue of Eos, god of the moon, trickery and lies. He holds a flute aloft. You can almost hear the music. You feel clever, quiet, a step ahead even of yourself. Your attributes become body 1, gods 1, mind 2, shadow 3, soul 1, and world 1. The statue of Yala, goddess of life, love, and family. Her hands cradle a child of bark and light. Her eyes are kind and tired. You feel the weight of compassion, a need to protect, a need to heal. Your attributes become body 1, gods 2, mind 1, shadow 1, soul 3, world 1. Or the statue of Mordred, goddess of death, torment, and despair. A crown of thorns, a smile without kindness. You feel the veil thin. Something washes from beyond, and you don't look away. Your attributes become body 1, gods 1, mind 3, shadow 1, soul 2, world 1. So, the guide says choose the statue that feels right for you. You step forward. One statue draws you in. You reach out. A hand touches the stone. A warmth spreads up your arm. A vision flickers before your eyes. A memory not your own. Behind you, a voice speaks out. Oi there, you! You turn. A villager stands at the arch, hand resting on a worn blade. Storm's coming. You got about 5 seconds to explain yourself. So, I think we're going to go with... we're going to go with the statue of... I think we're going to go with the statue of Eos. God of moon, trickery, and lies. Okay? Our Sapphiros. Our sapphire scaled Drakari. I feel like that would go well with him. So, body is 1. Gods is 1. Mind is 2. Shadow is 3. Soul and world are 1. All right. So, you break from the shrine's path and sprint downhill, boots slipping on pine. The trees thicken. The air's colder here. Just ahead, the broken span of an old supply bridge. At the center, 2 figures pinning someone to the ground. A traveler pinned by bandits. They haven't seen you yet. You've got a moment to act, but remember, you have no armor, no weapons, just instinct. What do you do? All right, so looking at our options here, let's see what we want to do. Do we want to shout and charge and to scatter them, sneak in from the tree line, call out like you're a village scout? I think we're going to sneak in from the tree line, which is a check of body and soul. So, here's how we know what to roll. We're going to read our options and then build our dice pool based on the listed attributes and roll that mini d6. Since we're going with shadow and soul, my shadow is 3, and my soul is 1. So we're going to take 4 of these d6 to roll. You'll need at least 2 successes for a clean result. That is, every 5 or 6 counts as a success. Every 6 counts as 2 successes, actually. So 1 success for 5s, 2 successes for 6. And we need at least 2. All right, well, we didn't get any 5s, but we did get a 6, so we got 2 successes, which is what we needed. So, with 2 successes, we pull the traveler away unseen. Maybe the 2 bandits are talking amongst themselves and they don't spot me. So we get the traveler away safely. The traveler gasps, "Thank you. Wait." They reach down, pull free a leather strap satchel. "This is yours, isn't it?" Your name is carved into the clasp. You know this satchel. As you open it, the smell is familiar. An old leather, cedar dust, a hint of ink and smoke. Inside there are some items. You remember none of them, but your hands know which to reach for. What do you see inside? All right, so we're going to choose one. Either a magnifying glass, if we're an investigator, false papers, if we're a charlatan, a leather-bound codex, if we're a scholar. So, I think... I think we're going to go with... false papers. You've worn many names. One of them might be real. Your wealth is established. Perks, you're a master of lies. When making shadow checks to fake an emotion or injury, gain bless. Others will believe what they want to see. Improvise, you can quickly fabricate an identity, granting bless to roll involving deception for 1 hour. Other items, a set of plain clothes for blending in, a pouch of tools for improvisation, and a journal of aliases and secrets. Ooh. Moving on. The trail turns steep. You follow the scent of smoke. It's not burning, but embered, controlled, tucked into a rock cleft. A bundled cache of gear and a note, burning at the edge, scrawled in rough ink. This is yours. Choose well. So, we've got to choose some starting gear here as well. However, I did forget to write down my item that I chose. Which are the false papers. All right, so what are the options here? We've got the blessed kit. Choose a kit from the options below. Determining your class sets your primary attribute and equips with combat gear. If the primary attribute provided by the kit doesn't feel right, pick another. Switch it out as you choose. So again, this is a very forgiving demo for character creation. Let's see. There's the Blessed kit. Doesn't sound like us. Class is the Acolyte. Excuse me. Primary is Gods. We're not going to do that one. So let's look at the next one. The next one is the Warrior kit. Primary is Body and the class is Fighter. Not feeling that one either. There's the Arcane kit. It's a Mage. Primary is Mind. I don't think so. We're going to go with the Shadow kit. The class is Veil. And we are going to have Shadow as our primary stat. And we're going to have a grit of 5. So we're going to write that down. All right, the Shadow kit contains a short bow, a dagger, a hooded coat, a lockpit set. It gives us specific thresholds for our health, which, if you've played Daggerheart, is very similar, and so hopefully should be easy to understand. All right, so our thresholds are 6 plus 2 times 1 for 8. And then deadly threshold is 12. So it's 12 times 2 times 1. Or, yeah. Or 14, excuse me. All right, perks and grit abilities. We have Fracture, Dirty Fighting, Feint, and Shadow Step. Again, the guide tells us what to write and where. Note resources, note armor. Let's see. Hooded Coat gives an armor bonus of +1. Bless on shadow-based sneaking. And of course, we are level 1. All right, let's move on. The trail narrows as the mountain drops away. Loose shale underfoot, wind biting. Then you hear rustling. You freeze. Two figures step from the rocks. Mismatched armor, makeshift blades. Bandits. Hand it all over, one snarls, gesturing to your pack. Alright, so this is our first fight, our first combat encounter. We, as a player, get to go first. We get 4 action points at the end of your turn, with each action costing different action points, or AP. There are 2 enemies, one with a short blade and one with a sling. So this one with the sling is standing about 5 squares away. The one with the short blade is within melee range. We're going to treat them as basic minions, each having 2 HP and can take 2 hits to go down. Guide says, besides that, we don't need to track anything. So, all right, what do you do on your turn? Use any of the following: an attack, a spell, a grit ability, or move closer to the ranged enemy. So, I think that we're going to look at our gear and perks, and we are going to attack. So, I think we should attack the, let's see, the ranged first. Just marking our primary stat there. So, we are going to attack, which is going to be our primary attribute plus our weapon bonus. So, we have a primary attribute of 3. And then we are going to have our weapon bonus, which is, for the short bow, +2. So we're going to have 5 of our d6 to roll here. All right, so it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, because 6s are worth 2 and 5s are worth 1. So, on a physical attack, each 5 is 1 hit, each 6 is worth 2. If your ability or weapon adds a bonus, we apply it. We did that. What do the bandits do? If either of the bandits are still up after your turn, they both respawn. So, we've basically attacked. An attack is 2 action points, and so we have used 1 attack to do a pretty heavy damage there. So, drawing my short bow, shooting fire at the ranged bandit. And then I think, let's see. How do we need to apply the damage? All right, so. Let's see, take the final damage and compare it to your threshold. If it's lower than your heavy, take 1 light wound. If it's higher, mark 1 heavy wound. If you reduce the damage to 0, then take no wounds. So, right now, it looks like we don't really have any stat for the bandits as far as a threshold. But with 5 for my attack. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, reduce incoming damage by how many dice you roll for the defense check per success rolled. So if you rolled 3, okay, but again, not getting that from the bandits. So all right, I'm going to assume that with 5, we take out the ranged bandit. So I'm going to go ahead and use my other 2 action points to then try to take out the one who is a melee. So I'm going to use my short bow again. All right, I do receive 2 success again. All right, so it looks like we're going to go ahead and move past the combat here. Now that we've done that, we have defeated the enemies. I believe for the purposes of the demo, you basically just roll to hit, and if you hit, you basically have a successful hit, and it takes 2 hits to take out a bandit. So I could have kept going, but I'm going to stop it there. So now that we are finished with that, we are going to look at what's going on. The wind stills, their bodies slump. You check the path ahead. It looks clear. In one of their packs, you find something and it feels familiar. This was yours. Choose a trinket. Either a letter with your name on it, written in your hand, a silver coin, sun on one side, blank on the other, a mirror that reflects you but older, or a charm made of bone and fur tied in red thread. What is our trinket? It says, there's no mechanics. It's just got a specific meaning to you. So I think we're going to go with a silver coin. All right, so that is the first part of the demo, and we now have a level 1 character for Drakonym, the Dragonbonding RPG, and we have our kin, our class, and our background. We have an attribute scores and gear in our toolkit. We've got a little bit of combat experience, thresholds and resources, and a personal trinket to shape our story. So let's move on. Maybe skip ahead. You've left Galarind behind. The morning is sharp, the wind drier. You've followed no road, only instinct, and the strange warmth rising like a heartbeat. The pass narrows to a ledge or fractured stone. Below you see trees and mist. You step forward. Then the mountains shift, a deep rumble. The edge gives way, stones fly, a boulder crashes between you and the trail ahead. You have seconds to act. Before the slope comes down, what do? Do we... So, we could roll to see if we are prepared. We're going to make a preparedness roll. I packed something for this. Let's see. Describe what you pull from your bag. A climbing spike, a rope, a smoking powder. Roll 1d6. So. That's one roll. Or you can do an attribute check. You brace, you leap, you think fast. I think with being the character that I am that I would probably do the think fast. So we're going to make a shadow plus body check. So that's going to be 3 plus 1. Okay, well, this is a great example of us not succeeding. And so we're going to push our luck. If we fail, you can use the shadow die, which is a d12. So we're going to do that and see what we get. See if we can roll better and succeed. We got an 11. So on a 9 through 11, you succeed. You act just in time. The rocks miss you by inches. When you land, your hand touches warm stone. Not just stone, a carved symbol. Something is watching. So, again, Cross Paths does a fantastic job of solo play, whether it's in this guided demo or in the solo book that is going to be part of the 3-book series for Heralds or GMs, a solo guide to playing, or the core rules as well. And just like in some of their other games, like Bramble Trek, which is one that we covered recently, again, their how they do solo play is fantastic. Chef's kiss. So we're going to move on from here. If I had rolled lower on that shadow die, by the way, there could have been consequences. If I had rolled 1, there would have been backlash. Maybe I leap, but too late, and the ledge cracks beneath you and I fall. So that's the downside of the shadow die, as well as something else that could happen. So, but we're going to move on. You descend below the ridge within the cracked stone. You descend into the chamber. It's not natural. Not entirely. The stone feels worked, carved in long arcs. A ring of standing stones surrounds a shallow basin lit by veins of glowing quartz. And within the basin are 4 eggs. Each rests in its own hollow, untouched by dust or time. There's a blue egg. It is from the moon family. Its presence is quiet, watchful, dreamlike. The egg is smooth and luminous, as if wrapped in silk. You feel your heart beat slow as if it listens. There's a green egg from the shard family. Presence is curious, quiet, emotionally attuned. Its surface is striated like layers of stone with glowing green veins that shimmer when you breathe near it. You feel something awaken, not in the egg, but in you. There's a red egg. It's from the Pyre family. Presence is fierce, radiant, protective. The shell is warm to the touch. It's cracked slightly like an old volcanic glass. The heat is not dangerous. It's reassuring, like standing near a hearth that's waiting for someone. There's also a yellow egg. It's from the Storm family. Presence is loyal, impulsive, full of motion. This one crackles faintly, not with fire, with charge. Your fingertips lift slightly as you approach, the air buzzing with tension. You smile before you know why. So, you place your hand on the shell, choosing 1 egg. The pulse responds. It's not louder, just closer. The bond begins. So, we have a choice. This is the choice of what dragon we will be taking for our bond. So, going with theme, I think I might have to go with the moon, the blue egg, since I chose the shadow as my attributes, the god of the moon. So, we're going to write that down. It also tells us to put a single visual detail you imagine about your dragon's egg as you pick it up. Let's see. It says it's smooth and luminous. So. All right. Talks about our dragon info. We can put it on the second page of our character sheet. All right. So, the first stirring. Within the vault, hours later, the egg rests in your lap. It's heavier than it looks. Or maybe you're just tired. You sit alone in the hollow chamber, torchlight flickering over the stone walls. The wind doesn't reach this deep, and yet the egg is warm. Not a heart of fire, a heat of presence. You don't hear words, but a feeling begins to form. The dragon hasn't hatched, but if it were born into this world right now, what might it value? It says, write a seed. Fill in this sentence to define the emotional possibility of your dragon to be. If this dragon is born into the world as it is now, it might become a dragon who values. Let's put that. So some examples. We're going to go with those. Is it silence over noise? Watching more than speaking. Those who protect the vulnerable. Freedom, even when it's frightening. Or the sound of your voice. I think we're going to say watching more than speaking. So, we wrote the sentence down. You do not yet choose its heart or define its full personality, but you hear something. You shift, just a shift of stone at first, then a low rattle from behind the shrine, too close for comfort. Something is moving back there, too smooth to be a rockfall, too fast to be the wind. You rise, placing the egg in the crook of your pack, or arms. You can't leave it, but you don't know what's coming. What do you do? Choose an action. Do you shield the egg? Do you retreat and hide? Or do you push your bond? So, I think that we are going to retreat and hide because we're very cautious. And that's a shadow plus world. So, that's going to be 3 plus 1. All right, well, we got 3 successes. So, we blend into the cave shadows. The sound passes. All right. The egg begins to glow. A faint symbol forms on its shell for just a second. So, there we have it. We have successfully retrieved our dragon egg, and we are moving on. However, I think that's where we're going to stop. Not because we want to, but because we don't want to spoil anything else for this. And you should definitely go check out this fantastic backer kit right now. Check the link below. It'll take you to Drakonym, and you too can download this character creation demo and begin bonding with your dragon companion. And so definitely go check it out. The Cross Paths team is fantastic. I know they are already having amazing success with the launch of this campaign, and we're so excited to see how far it goes. Once again, my name is Seth, also known as White Fox, and thank you again for joining me in this demo of Drakonym, the Dragonbonding RPG. We look forward to playing this and diving deeper into the world. So, thank you, and have a good day.